What's going on, everyone? Matt.scoletti here. I'm a behavior change specialist, health coach, and motivational speaker. Today, we are discussing and learning about, boom, the X factor. What is your X factor? What is an X factor? An X factor is what differentiates you from everybody else in the world. Why are you different? I believe having an X factor is enormous in business, in life. Anything you're doing, you need to know and own your X factor. And it could be more than one X factor, but at least have one. By the end of this video, I want you to take your journal or piece of paper or your phone and write down at least one idea of what your X factor is and how you begin to own it even more as you move on in the future. Now, to give you an idea of what an X factor is, I'll give you mine, for example. And let me tell you a quick story of my X factor. When I learned how important an X factor is to have, and I'm just going to use my speaking business as the example, how many times I get booked to go speak. The connection with that and the X factor is this. When I got down my X factor with my social media and my website and my actual speeches to the audience, I created so many more opportunities. It was insane. And here's what I want to tell you. The correlation is own your X factor, get more of whatever you're looking to do. In my situation, once I owned the X factor, I got more speaking opportunities and it was exponentially higher. My X factor that I own is my authenticity. That's my X factor, in my opinion, right? If you have a better X factor for me, send me a comment in there and let me know. My authenticity. What do I mean by that? I learned this after I got done with a few speeches in the last few months. A lot of people will say, Matt, we really appreciate how vulnerable you are, how real you are. And I put people on this emotional roller coaster. I let you in on my feelings, good and bad, that I've dealt with over the last decade or so. That authenticity connects with the audience and helps take us to a new level. Along the lines of authenticity are that I practice what I preach. I practice what I preach. Some people talk about, listen to what I teach, but don't watch me too closely. I beg everybody to watch me closely. If I tell you I'm going to work my butt off with every workout, and you see me in the gym, and I'm just kind of, you're going to look at me and say, what the heck, Matt? You're preaching about working hard and you're just whistling walking around the gym. That's not going to happen. That's part of my X factor is I practice what I preach. You can watch me as close as you want because I will be the example that I teach. Authenticity is my X factor. Your challenge, hopefully you'll accept it, is to write down or type in your phone, keep somewhere where you see it, what your X factor is and begin to own that even more. And a good way to find out what it is sit down with a best friend or a spouse and ask them what makes you different. Ask them what makes you a great friend and hear what they have to say. Now, it can be difficult to ask that question, but I would guarantee you their responses will help you figure out not only what your strengths are, and maybe also what your weaknesses are, depending on what kind of friend is giving you the ideas, which can be very beneficial to you as well. One of my good friends in the public speaking world gives me constructive criticism constantly, and it's extremely helpful as long as you can handle that type of quote-unquote negative feedback, so to speak. But find a really good friend, sit down over a cup of coffee or something, and ask them, hey, what makes me different from other people in your life? Or what makes me a great friend? And then maybe you will suck out your X factor, and you can build upon that. And you also understand what your strengths are, which is very cool. Find your X factor and own it. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Scoletti. We're signing off. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more inspiration, motivation, behavior change ideas, and we will keep helping each other level up because we're all in this thing together. Thanks for watching.